Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon, and I'm here with the infamous Kiki Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about all the things that we like.
I know, right?
All the things that we like in this video. Oh my god!
So you're like, why are you leading with that picture?
Oh, because we want to see if you're paying attention.
Because we keep getting these comments on Twitter and on the videos where people are all salty and mad and saying that we said things that we half time didn't even say. And when you say them, well, did you watch the video? No, because I know what you kind of people you are. And they're always like, you said this, that, and the other. And it's like, but I didn't say those things because they've decided or their friends have told them. And they like to make comments, but they don't even watch. So we thought it'd be funny to watch the comments on this and see all the people coming in saying that we said things that if they had watched the video, they know we didn't say.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about how much we really hate that people make us say things that we didn't actually say, or they hate, or we hate that they are coming in and commenting on videos that they clearly are not watching.
I don't really hate it. I just find it more amusing than anything.
It's kind of annoying. I mean, we get paid either way.
I think it's funny because when they keep going off, then we end up making money. And I'll even tell them, every time you're commenting, it's boosting the video and paying us, to give them an out. And they keep going. And I'm just like, and then the latest one was a guy who was trying to argue with me that I can't talk about the new He-Man show because I haven't watched it yet. But he could talk about our video, and I said, "Did you watch it?" No, I don't need to watch this video. And I was like,
yeah.
And then he told me that my reading comprehension wasn't very good. I was like, okay.
It's always the cartoon stands or the tabletop people. That's another. We'll talk about that. So yeah, before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more cartoon news, views, and rants. We do talk a lot about the animation industry, but we are not part of the cartoon critique clique.
No.
Having actually gotten paid for and pitched shows to studios and actually gotten paid for working on Disney projects, I don't think it's fair to lump us in with all the people who are armchair critiquing.
Right. We've actually been out there and done stuff and know people in the industry.
Yeah, which is where we get some of our information from. Plus, we also have a basic idea of how this shit gets greenlit. Because, we kind of have an idea of how it works.
So we're going to talk about how we've said nice things and people have stepped over that. Or we are going to say nice things in this video and they're not going to say anything bad. So when they have a little shit fit in the comments, it's going to be extra funny. So they keep saying that we don't like Western animation, which is not true.
Not true.
We defend, we just don't like, I guess we just don't like people taking old things, repurposing them, changing it a lot, and then attacking fans, longtime fans because they don't like it. Because as we say, you're allowed to like it. You're allowed to not like it. And these people always think you're only allowed to like things.
Yeah, there's this new wave of fandom, and I think it's young people. And you always hear about, the coddling and the safe spaces and all that. And it's gotten to the point where you're not allowed to objectively criticize anything.
And I think it's the creators because they're so in a position that they can't take any criticism.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a generational thing. Because back in the day, it was like you do your job, your editor, your producer, whatever, they're going to bust your chops. That's just the way it worked.
Right. And if you have any criticism, it's not because maybe that there's an actual critique they could do better. It's just because you're a terrible person. So let's talk about some of the things that we've liked and talk about nice things about things I think we hate. Just because to see what happens in the comments.
Yeah, Dragon Prince. We've done multiple videos about how much we like the Dragon Prince. And the Dragon Prince to us feels like the true heir to Avatar. More so than Korra, because Korra really tonally did not feel like Avatar.
But I'll say nice things about Korra. Korra was very pretty. The art style was very, very beautiful. It was very nice to look at. I really liked the vehicles, and I liked that they were really going for this beautiful world. I didn't think the story, was as good as it could have been. We didn't watch it past season 1, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I will say nice things, because we're going to say nice things. It was pretty.
Yeah, it was a good-looking show. And the Dragon Prince, I mean, it started out kind of rough because it had the
animation thing.
Yeah, that was a deliberate stylistic choice that they were kind of making it look like herky-jerky. They were skipping frames, but it did smooth out a little bit better. It's a good show. I think it's a good show. Another show that I was very impressed with when it first came out was The Owl House. You wouldn't know that from asking the people on Twitter because, we hate everything. But no, I actually gave rave reviews to the Owl House. I said, this is a good start. It's a good start. It's a unique concept. It's a new show. It's not, just trying to bring back an old Disney IP. They're actually trying to do something new.
We've said before that you've said many times that we liked Adventure Time and that Squid King watched the entire thing multiple times. We've said many times that you guys used to watch Steven Universe and there was different things about it you liked because it was his own thing and it worked for what it was.
Yeah. Steven Universe, I've never really slammed on it that much. It is its own thing. It's not an existing IP. Now, if I've criticized the show, it's been more about the fandom.
Yeah, the shipping.
The shipping and the fans who were...
Most of the criticisms we have has been about that.
Yeah, the fans that were threatening people working on the shows and all of that.
Voltron, I watched it, liked it, said so.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure where we're getting this from. We've said many times, we liked Gumball. We've joked about that many times. We liked Regular Show. We watched that all the time. There's a lot of Western shows we watched. Over the Garden Wall we liked. I don't think we talked about that too much on here.
Well, it was a short show, but it was really good. It was a very good show. And these are all recent shows, Infinity Train, I've said before, I haven't done a lot of videos on... I did a couple of videos on Infinity Train getting canceled and stuff like that, but I actually did like Infinity Train. I think it was a good show.
Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls is a favorite.
We like Gravity Falls. We watch it over and over again. And we've said before, we actually backed up Alex Hirsch when he said that he wanted to put more diversity in Gravity Falls and he wasn't allowed to. We said that was absolute crap because companies like Disney seem to want to cash in when it's convenient for them. And they seem to have double standards, which we've mentioned many times. Like Luca, they were talking about the Luca thing. All we said was, I don't think that was what they were going for because the director said it wasn't. And if it was, Disney would have been putting it all over the media for attention.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what we said.
Yeah. And again, it comes down to the fandom, reading things into something that's not actually there. People who say we're against diversity and inclusion. We actually went to bat for a young creator trying to pitch a show to Crunchyroll that was all diverse, and it actually looked really, really good, and it looked like it would have fit better with the Crunchyroll audience than something like High Guardian Spice. But even about High Guardian Spice, as much as we talk about the show, it's more about the curiosity of it going down the memory hole.
Where'd it go?
We would like to see the show. I even said, we did a video yesterday about it, and we're like, maybe we'll finally get to see High Guardian Spice because, it has gone missing. And to be fair, the people that worked on it, regardless of whether or not you think, the show was just a pandering mess or whatever, the people who worked on it deserve to have the work be seen, and they deserve to have it be judged accordingly.
Right. And then when they go and people get mad about what we said, which is what happened, was most people were upset about it for two reasons. One, because the money was supposed to go to Japanese studios. And two, because they didn't really show the show. They just talked about diversity and they made it a commercial for diversity, not the show. And when you ask somebody, what's it about? Diversity isn't an answer that most people want to know. Well, what's the show actually about? We also had somebody watch the show and we had a video on it where they said it was actually a pretty good show. And we talked about that in the video, which we took down because their lawyers asked us nicely to do so. We did not have to, but we did it as a courtesy.
Yeah. So it's it's funny, just because we're not doing gushing, glowing reviews every week of every new cartoon show, does not mean that we don't, one, watch the stuff, and does not mean that, two, we don't like some of the stuff. We talk about the industry. We talk about stuff going on in the industry. We talk about, bad marketing moves. We talk about bad business moves, and we just kind of facepalm because the audience is there for a lot of this stuff. It's all about the studios attacking the audiences or the studios abusing their staff. Things like that, the business side of things, that's more or less what we talk about. If you want to review a cartoon review channel, this is not the channel for you.
No. And even like She-Ra, my response to She-Ra had more to do with the behavior around the marketing of She-Ra and immediately them calling people names than I did the show. If you actually watch the videos I did of the show, beyond the fact that I kept saying repeatedly, you are allowed to like it, you are allowed to not like it. I also said, hey, I like Catcher better in this version. I said I liked Entrapta better in this version. I also said that the second season was much better done than the first season. And I said several positive things about the show in among my other comments about the show. But you'd have to actually watch the videos to know that. But the narrative is, I only said nasty, negative things about it. That is not the truth.
Yeah.
Even the He-Man thing coming up, we've given them benefit of the doubt a couple times. They've proven us, that the doubt was warranted.
Yeah.
We've given them the benefit of the doubt a couple times.
Tuca and Birdie got canceled. Did we shit on Tuca and Birdie? No, we did not. We actually said that we thought it was a good thing that Adult Swim was picking up the show, even though, and I admitted, it did not look like something that would interest me. It wasn't designed for middle-aged dudes. Clearly.
And imagine that. You could just not watch it.
I could just not watch it. But I think the creators didn't get a fair shake on Netflix because Netflix just cancels shows willy-nilly now. And I think it's good that Adult Swim picked it up and gave him another shot. Now, whether or not it's going to succeed, I don't know. But, I have heard from multiple people that Netflix is just kind of like, you get one shot. And I don't even know what they're looking for. They're just like...
Not anymore, though. They're just like spray and pray. And they also are like picking up anything. But, the thing is, anything, even whether it be like, TV, movies, cartoons, whatever. We don't talk about things unless either there's a business angle to it that we want to talk about, or it's we personally something we care about. So there's a lot of things we don't even talk about because we just don't care and we don't think it's for us, so we just don't even mention it. Now, Star is another show we actually liked. Watched it many, many times. Our kids loved it.
Yeah.
It's just that, but complaining that everything looks very samey and bean mouth like, which we have said, isn't an unfair critique because that's actually what has happened. Now, to be fair, and we've said to be fair that before, you can see different genres, different time frames, that a lot of the animation looks very similar in that time frame, which we've said.
And it could also be that the same studios are working on multiple shows. And the bean mouth look is one that is easy to animate.
And quicker to animate.
It's quicker to animate.
If we've complained about anything, it's mostly been like, about the way they animate it quickly in Flash or whatever to try to get things done. Carmen Sandiego said good things about that. The point is, there's a lot of shows that we say stuff about, but we also say good things, but no one ever remembers the good things. They only go around saying, well, my friend said, and it's usually things like She-Ra is like the worst one. Yeah. Even Star Wars and stuff, we gave Solo a pretty good review. And we got so much crap from everyone. Either we were Disney shills or we were Fan the Menace. Everybody's like, well, you just hate things to hate things. And it's like, that's not true.
No, we're selective. Like you said, we're selective in what we cover. We don't do blow-by-blows every week of this show or that show because, frankly, we're too busy doing other things and actually making stuff. We're not, doing a blow-by-blow. And I don't really, I don't really feel right doing that in a lot of ways anyway, especially with comic books. Like, I don't review comics because having worked in comics, I don't really think it's our place to review. I think consumers should be reviewing the books more. But if you ask about the business side of it, or if they think something, we think something is really stupid from a business perspective, then we'll talk about that.
But even like Captain Marvel, we said it wasn't a terrible movie. We said it wasn't the best one they've ever done, but it wasn't the worst. And here's a couple of good things we found in it that we liked. Yeah. I was trying to think of other things we've covered that we've been tried to be fair on a lot of things. Mostly what sets me off is when I see people getting bullied or targeted because they don't like a certain thing, and it goes from just an opinion to that they're being like harassed because they don't like something, which I think is bullcrap. But like, I'm trying to think of other things that people said we complain about all the time. Oh, even the Masters of the Universe show, the new one coming out. We said since day one the animation was going to look amazing because we knew the studio behind it. We're it's going to look great. 100% gonna look good.
It does.
And it looks really good, which we said multiple times. Yeah. I'm not too sure about the story, but even then, I'm like, oh, well, Adam's still there, so maybe it isn't as bad. I have tried repeatedly to get the benefit of the doubt. And, but they're like, oh, it's because you said because all you're doing is negative, which is not true if you actually listen to the videos. And the people who watch the videos know what I'm talking about, because a lot of people on Twitter said, well, that's not what they said. If you actually watch what they said, that's not what they said. But I just thought this would be fun because we'll say nice things and see what the comments bring us.
What we're going to have probably are a lot of people who watch half the video and they start trying to dig up this or that or whatever. And Clownfish was wrong here and Clownfish was wrong there. Whatever, we're getting paid. Either way, I don't really... But
it's like, so we did a video saying only nice things about stuff, or pointing out where we said nice things about things that they think we hate, so that when they see the video and they, they're going to read it or watch see the picture or whatever, and then they're immediately going to assume what we're saying, which seems to happen an awful lot.
I am going to give you the same advice that so many of you give us. If you don't like our channel and you don't like our content, no one is forcing you to watch our content. No one is forcing you to agree with our content. Maybe it's not for you.
And so maybe you should, and if you don't watch it, you really shouldn't have a right to have an opinion.
All right.
Because that's what you tell me all the time. And it turns out I usually did watch it when I'm making an opinion. So
We're going to wrap it up?
Yep.
All right. So please subscribe if you want to for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.